Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Today, in this session, I would like to turn your all attention towards the significance and method of performing Takbiratul Ihram, which is to say, Allahu Akbar. Allah is the greatest. As we know, that's the daily prayers have 14 pillars and they are categorized into three broad categories. First one, qalbi. Second one, qawli. Third one, fi'li. Qalbi, which is performed by the heart. Niya is one and only rukn qalbi. Second one, qawli, which is performed by the utterance. Reciting Surah Fatiha, the last tashahhud, salat upon Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and salam are included in this group. Third one, fi'li, which is performed by the actions. All remaining arkans include in this group. Here you go with one of the very important pillar of daily prayer in qawli is takbiratul ihram. And that's why it's so important and should be done with all due rules and disciplines. Now let's have a look on takbiratul ihram's way of form and style. How to do that? Where should I keep my organs of body? Which organs I have to keep in different directions and so on. The Takbiratul Ihram is the essential beginning of Salat. It's performed by raising both hands to the level of ears while saying Allahu Akbar. Come on, show with your hands twice or thrice until you convince them how to keep in our actions. Look at me first, then you can do it alone. Allahu Akbar. One more time. Allahu Akbar. Now you can do it. Here we have some jurisprudential aspects of Takbiratul Ihram. It is too basic to be discussed as well. According to Islamic jurisprudence, the Takbiratul Ihram comprises two integral parts. First one, the raising of the hands. Second one, the utterance of Allahu Akbar. This act signifies the transition from this world to the sacred state of prayer, declaring Allah's greatness. Here again the method. Please be well aware and informed. Let's have a meaningful explanation on method of performing Takbiratul Ihram. As you stand for facing the Qibla, raise both hands with palms facing the direction of Mecca, slightly above the shoulders or near the earlobes while saying Allahu Akbar in a calm and composed manner. This declaration marks the entry into the prayer, creating a spiritual boundary between regular activities and devotion to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a reminder of His greatness and our submission to Him. In conclusion, Takbiratul Ihram serves as a crucial commencement and starting for our prayers, symbolizing our transition into a sacred state of devotion. Let's perform it with respect and mindfulness, recognizing the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in our worship. Here let's start to have nice explanation on another major part of the daily prayers. And it's keeping a position as starting point of daily prayers. Today we delve into a fundamental aspect of Islamic worship, the concept of niyyah in the 5 daily prayers. Niyyah or intention holds a crucial place in Islamic jurisprudence and spirituality. Let's start by understanding what niyyah means in the context of Islamic worship. Niyyah refers to the sincere intention one holds in their heart before engaging in an act of worship. In the case of 5 daily prayers, it involves the conscious intention to perform a specific prayer, such as Fajr prayer, Luhur prayer, Asr prayer, Maghrib prayer, or Isha prayer, solely for the sake of pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let's learn how is niyyah expressed in the prayers. Niyyah is not vocalized but resides in the heart. It distinguishes acts of worship from worldly actions. A Muslim must be aware of the specific prayer they are performing and direct their intention towards pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. Why is niyyah so significant in Islam? Niyyah is the essence of worship. It differentiates an ordinary action from an act of worship. As we mentioned before, the Prophet ﷺ said, "Innamal a'malu binniyat." Deeds are with their intention, and every man shall have only that which he intended. This emphasizes the importance of having a pure and sincere intention in all actions, particularly in prayers. How does niyyah impact the spiritual dimension of prayer? A sincere niyyah enhances the spiritual connection between the worshipper and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It adds depth and meaning to the prayer, making it a conscious and deliberate act of devotion. It helps cultivate mindfulness and sincerity in worship. Now, here you are with the mandatory, compulsory parts of niyyah. That means, first of all, I would like to mention here the niyyah in Arabic language. Suppose you're going to perform niyyah for subuh prayer. How to perform niyyah for subuh prayer? Do you have an idea? Let me tell it. أصلي فرض الصبح ركعتين متوجها إلى القبلة أداء لله تعالى. I perform 2 rak'ahs of obligatory Fajr prayer as ada, facing Qibla for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The difference happens only in numbers of rak'ah and names of salat. Listen here. أصلي فرض الظهر 4 ركعات متوجها إلى القبلة أداء لله تعالى. Luhr has 4 rak'ah. أصلي فرض العصر 4 ركعات متوجها إلى القبلة أداء لله تعالى. أصلي فرض المغرب 3 ركعات متوجها إلى القبلة أداء لله تعالى. أصلي فرض العشاء 4 ركعات متوجها إلى القبلة أداء لله تعالى. When we perform a salat during this specific time, it will be considered as ada, otherwise it will be qada. If you are not performing the prayer in its prescribed time, you need to add qada'an instead of ada'an. Here, we need to be more heedful on these basic features of niyyah. What are they? Let's have a look on parts of niyyah. First one, I perform salat. Second one, name of salat. Third one, is it obligatory or not? Fourth one, number of rakat. Fifth one, facing the qibla. Sixth one, adha. It would be replaced by qala if our salat is out of specified time. From these 6 things, the first 3 things are compulsory and inevitable, which are, first one, I perform salat, usalli. Second one, name of salat, subh, maghrib, isha, luhur, asr. Third one, obligatory or not, the word faral. These are compulsory in niyyah. So, usalli farḍa subhi. That's compulsory and inevitable in niyyah of subh prayer. After having niyyah, without any delay, we'll pronounce Allahu Akbar. Here we are in the qiyam. Before we start our Fatiha, it's sunnah to recite the commencing prayer, which is Du'a'ul Iftitah. وجهت وجهي للذي فطر السماوات والأرض حنيفا مسلما وما أنا من المشركين Inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alamin. La sharika lahu wa bidhalika umirtu wa ana minal muslimin. Then we have to recite Surah Al-Fatiha beautifully and loudly in Maghrib prayer, Isha prayer and Subh prayer. We can call these three prayers Salatul Jahiriya because we recite in these prayers out loud. And other two prayers are Salatul Siddiya because we recite in less voice. Now, I make sure that you all got basic details and style of recitation of Dua ul-Iftitah. And after that, we are entering to one of the major pillars of daily prayers. It's reciting Surah Al-Fatiha, the opening surah, the opening in every unit of Islamic prayer. And it's considered as fundamental and obligatory practice in Islam. The significance of reciting Surah Al-Fatiha is rooted in various aspects, and its recitation holds great importance in Islamic jurisprudence. Here are some key notes. It's an integral part of prayer. The Prophet ﷺ emphasized the importance of reciting Surah Al-Fatiha in Salah through various authentic hadith. For example, Prophet ﷺ said, "La salata liman lam yaqra bi Fatihatil Kitab." Whoever performs a prayer and doesn't recite the Surah Fatiha in it, his prayer is incomplete. However, in congregational prayers led by an imam, followers are generally excused from reciting it loudly if the imam's recitation is audible. Worshippers are encouraged to recite Surah Al-Fatiha with clear and correct pronunciation to ensure the proper articulation of the words. After reciting Fatiha with intensive care and accuracy, recite any surah which you have memorized before. Reciting surah other than Surah Al-Fatiha is recommended only in first two rak'ahs. Did you follow what I am saying? Okay, that's for today. Let's wrap up here today's class. Include me in your beautiful dua. Jazakumullahu khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.